So we're gonna start off with Terrifier 1, and then we're gonna do Terrifier 2. So on stage coming up, Catherine Corcoran. Catherine, come on up.
We do not have Catherine. Next.
There she is. Okay, Catherine's not here. Jenna Cannell. Jenna! Next up, Samantha Scapiti. Samantha! Why did they do this the night or the day after Damien's birthday? I can tell there's gonna be a long, long chat here. Next up, Phil Falcone. All right, I'm gonna pass this over now.
All right, next we have Art the Clown himself. Huh? Give it up. Oh, more noise. Yes, David, Howard Thornton, and the Grinch. True. And our Father, our Creator, the Holy Ghost, Damien Leone.
Birthday boy.
Birthday boy. Woo! So are we going to wait on Catherine or is she on the way? No?
So I think this is going to be it for Terrifier 1.
All right, works for me.
You have cooties, stay over there.
Is this on? Oh, it's on. Okay. So, are we on?
Yeah.
Well, you know, first of all, I hear it's someone's birthday. It's your birthday. And, you know, we have to do a little something for your birthday, huh?
Ready? I got the die.
Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you.
How has your birthday been? Are you dying?
Oh my God, I mean, Tim Capello from my favorite movie, you know?
Yes.
Played the sax.
How epic was
last night.
that?
Happy birthday, that was too good to be true.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Oh,
We were just all talking so loud and so excited.
Very excited.
thank you guys for being here. This is a wonderful birthday. So,
Awesome, awesome. You want to kick us off with questions, Rick?
I think we should do a happy birthday to Damien first off. You guys want to do it? We were going to do it last night, but you know, we brought Timmy up, so. You guys want to do it? Let's do it. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
hey, sing.
Happy birthday, dear Damien. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Amazing. All right. So first things first, I mean, I want to talk about Terrifier 1, obviously. It's what started this whole amazing craze, right? How did you ladies get involved with Terrifier? What was your audition like? And you can move down because we have less people than we thought. I'm sorry. I calculated poorly.
I originally auditioned for, I don't know if, I'm sure some of you have seen The Ninth Circle, which is an excellent short film that Damien made, and he was in the process of turning that into, yes, he was in the process of turning that into a feature and asked me to audition for it. And you can actually see a clip from that audition on the DVD in the special features. I'm a much better actor now, I promise. I can't watch it, but that movie didn't end up happening, and he said, hey, I've got this other movie, it's pretty fucked up though, would you be interested? And I read it and I said, you're right, this is very fucked up, and I am very interested.
Gino Caffarelli, who played the the pizza scene. He's in a pizza man in the pizza scene. I had worked with him briefly coming out of school, and Damien was looking for actresses, and he recommended me, and then I auditioned.
And we are so believably sisters. Like, so many movies, every time I have a kid, it's the most, like, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, like, thing that would never come out of me, but I actually believe, you know.
Just vocally enough, I feel like.
Yeah, vocally alone.
I'm not gonna lie, I was high one night and I came up with all these questions, so this is my first time doing this, so.
Oh, God.
How do we know you're not right now?
He's doing great, right? Yeah. You got this, baby.
You know, I think that, like, you know, after watching the Blu-ray with Damien, you know, he talked everything so in detail about everything, especially for part 2 and part 1. So, you know, I think I wanted to pop some more questions that, you know, so we get to know these guys a little bit more. So, I guess I'll start off with, how about Samantha?
How about Samantha?
What's a director you'd like to work with in the future?
Damien, Leone, and Terrifier 3. No,
Yes, up.
That's
brown stuff, right?
Well, I don't know if he's going to be doing any more films anytime soon, but Scorsese, obviously, just because I'm Italian and growing up Italian American. I'm a big fan of Yorgos Lanthimos, if anyone knows. Yes, the guy behind Killing of a Sacred Deer and all that. But I also plan to be directing my own film, so I'll probably be doing that soon.
Could I throw in, because you're a Scorsese fan, what's your favorite Scorsese movie?
Goodfellas.
It's the whole clown bit in there, isn't it? That's
Jenna? Director?
Samantha Scavidi.
so much brown nose.
You're not invited to these.
Okay. So this question is for everybody. If you were on a road trip for 8 hours with one of your castmates, who would it be? Do they have to be present? Can it be born here too?
Okay, that's easy for me because I've already done that since Damien. I mean,
That's sweet.
we chat for hours anyway, so it would go by really fast.
No, you hang up.
I was gonna say he's the last person I want to be stuck with. This is what I deal with. As travel partner. That's a tough question. No, I love everybody for different reasons and different wonderful conversations. Yeah, so I don't know. I can't answer that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in the car together on the first one too.
Oh.
I would definitely do that again with you. I would not do it again with Phil because when he drives tired, it is frightening. A lot of memories of him slapping himself in the face to stay awake.
Yeah, I think we're all saying Damien.
He's a good travel buddy.
But
That's good. I just listen, and they all talk. Chew my ear.
This is what you need to do in the third film.
As a gambler, I kind of put in my head who they all would say, and Phil was the one that I figured everyone would want to say. Yeah, I lost that bet.
He just brings
All
some
right.
beef tips with him the whole time.
David, what's your favorite movie, non-horror?
Oh, that's easy for me. It's Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That's my favorite movie of all time. To me, it's a perfect film. It's got everything I love in a film. It's got comedy, it's got cartoons, it's got great music, great mystery, hot women. I mean, Jessica was like my first love, I think. I think a lot of us guys and some women at that age, when that first came out, that was like a coming of age type of thing. We're like, whoa. What is this doing to you? But it's a great movie. It's a perfect movie in every single way, and it's the movie that got me into wanting to do movies and wanting to do voiceover work, because that's when I learned about Mel Blanc doing all the voices for all the Looney Tunes characters. And I think that's the movie that started me on this journey. So yeah.
Damien, we all know that you and most of us are old school horror fans from, forever, right? What makes you excited about horror now and how it's evolved?
Well,
I don't really watch too many modern horror movies. I'm actually very far behind. Just a little bit. So I have a lot of catching up to do. But I did just see The Menu, and I was obsessed with it. I thought that movie was so fucking good. So
Have
funny
you seen
and so
Triangle
good.
of Sadness?
No, I haven't.
It's a better version of that movie.
Really? Oh,
Sorry, I'm so
I
sorry
heard-
if anyone worked on The Menu.
I heard of it, but no. But I think right now we're clearly in an exciting time for horror, right? I mean, this past year is like a new renaissance of horror, and it's so celebrated, and there's amazing performances, and people are just doing a lot of exciting things, and even us, like we're pushing the genre, pushing the boundaries, with gore, and now like people, I feel like there's going to be another resurgence of slasher films now that are going to probably push it as well. So we might have to up our game next time, even though we're just trying to do that on our own. But who knows what they're going to come out with next? So it's exciting, and I'm excited to be a part of it. Hopefully there's a nice window of slasher movies that we can enjoy. Not just slashers, but these things are cyclical. So maybe a good 5 years or something of slashers. We'll see. Yeah, it's exciting though. Very exciting time.
When I first met Damien, how we really clicked was we just talk about movies, and it was awesome. So we've been talking for the last few years about favorite movies, great stuff. So yeah.
What do we bond over? Kevin Smith, Tarantino, right?
Tarantino, really? Yeah, that's our
boy.
dude. Yeah. So I want to go back to the favorite movies. Since there's only 4 of you, we can pop these questions. You can all answer. So what's your guys' favorite movies?
Jaws. Go on with that, Jaws.
Oh, I guess it's me next. The 80s version of The Thing, and Princess Mononoke.
I feel like I'm super predictable, but Godfather 2.
Yeah.
Godfather.
You're just doing the whole Italian thing right now.
Yeah, but I just watched Godfather 2 and it's perfect.
We know yours. What about you
Nero?
guys? What are your favorite movies?
Candyman.
Wow.
I mean, Tony Todd's hot.
Wait, did you say Cat in the
Pulp
Hat?
Fiction.
Candyman.
Oh, Candyman. I was like, Cat in the Hat? You dirty hoe.
Interesting choice, but no. And what for you guys? Like, what makes like the perfect movie? Like, when you think about your favorite movie, what's the criteria that you have to go for to find that perfect movie?
Well, if I was going to say, so I would say acting, just the script, the way it's structured. Jaws has an identifiable, like instantly identifiable score, identifiable, quotes that have become pop culture, right? Just like these amazing characters, character dynamics. I think first and foremost, though, you just need an entertaining movie. You could have a really brilliant movie but it could be just very like pretentious or artsy. Like Jaws is very accessible, it's very primal, everybody can identify with, the ocean, like animals, man versus beast, it's a very like primal theme, so yeah, I think
The people in charge ignoring clear signs of danger.
What?
If everybody could stop recording anything right now, because I have something I want to say. Me and Damien also bond on something else, so no recording this. I don't want to get it online. But we love Jersey Shore.
yeah.
Who likes Jersey Shore out there? Yeah, buddy. Cam's here. Oh my God. All right. Cam's here. But we're gonna keep that quiet. It was so hard this morning, like it being Damien's birthday. I wanted to write like a little note on post on Facebook, and it was so hard to put words in. Like, for me, like I'm here right now because of this guy, and it's like I want to hug the guy every time I see him. Like, he's done so much for everybody, and it's like I just kind of I can't believe I'm doing this right now. I'm like, 3.5 years ago I was like, I love Terrifier, and then 3.5 years later I'm sitting here with the guy who made me.
Yeah, but this is just the world of how special cons are. I met you're a vendor at cons, right? And we just hit it off, and I met so many amazing, beautiful people at all these conventions, man. So
I introduced him to Kane Hodder. He was so excited. You met Kane Hodder. I brought you over.
yeah,
the
these are
first
all my
time. He was so
heroes.
excited.
Sure, I say it all the time, but I've been going to cons since I'm a kid, since 12 years old. Just a huge horror fan, obviously. So I still geek out and fanboy out over all these people. I'm still kind of like shy around them. I don't like going up to them and stuff. So, yeah, Very cool.
This is a good one for all you guys. If you weren't involved in movies, no movies, nothing, what would you be doing?
Forensics.
That's like a cool answer.
Your straight
Damn.
face is like, yeah.
Nothing about my face is straight. Yeah, no, forensics. When I was in high school, I studied forensics and I attended 4 live autopsies. And I like it because it's basically storytelling in reverse, where it's like, here's the end of the story, how did we get here?
Oh, that's such a good answer. I'm just writing. I like to write. I'm a writer, so yeah.
This is easy for me because I actually have a degree in this, would be elementary education. I'm a former teacher, so that's what I would be doing.
So that was your plan A originally,
That was my
right?
plan A, yes, yeah.
I would love to sculpt or make surgical prosthetics. Like you see people, they get like a face or a nose, ears. Like I'm obsessed with those videos and just see like how much joy, that brings them. You can literally give them a new face or something like that. And they can walk around. I love that. So I would do that.
Amazing answers. Okay, so unfortunately, this is all the time we have for our part 1 group, but we have the selfie king here, so before we depart, we need to take a selfie with the audience. Everyone cool with that? Okay, let's do it. I'm really glad that he is taller than his long arms, because that is not I.
Glitter butt.
Audience, you guys standing up or what?
I'm short.
Fuck yeah, girl.
So these ladies are going to hang out with us, but over there while we bring on our cast from part 2, and then at the end we're going to do this all over again. So don't go anywhere, okay?
Everybody give a hand.
I just said don't go anywhere.
To Jenna, Samantha.
I feel sorry for Amanda asking for this.
It's going to be hilarious for the next panel. John Cassier's going to come out cackling and go, wait, what? Okay, how many people we got on this one? We might bring another chair. We'll see. All right.
All right, I'm going to bring everybody up from Terrifier 2. Let's bring up Sarah Boyd. Sarah! You're such a bitch.
We'll keep you guys in the middle. Yes? Yes. Hi.
My homegirl, I love this girl, Casey Hartnett. Casey. Kaylee Hyman. Kaylee. Jonathan Davis. Jonathan, come on up. Ricky from the costume store. Tamra, Glenn, Tam, come on up. My favorite character in Terrifier 2, Amelie McLean. Amelie! Little punk girl in the house.
All right, so we asked this to the part 1 group, but I would love to know how each of you got involved in Terrifier.
Okay, this is how I got involved. I saw Terrifier, the original, and I picked up the phone, and I mean, I feel like I birthed the Levies. I've known those guys forever. And so I picked up the phone, I called Michael Levy, and I'm like, this is the most insane, awesome thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And so he hooked me up with Damien, and being from Halloween and being a part of Terrifier this day and age, I'll tell you what, I am so grateful. Damien, David, this entire cast, crew, the fans, this is amazing, and thank y'all for having me. My love to y'all forever. This is amazing.
As for me, the lead, one of the leads, Sienna, also Lauren Rivera, we trained together. We were in the same acting class. So when they told her about a spot opening up for a costume shop owner, she gave me the heads up that I should audition for it. And I did, and I earned that spot. However, they did not mention what came with that. I found out the hard way because the first time I met them, they was making the mold of my head, and you saw what happened after that. But truly grateful. Thank you guys.
Hello. I auditioned through my agent, and that's kind of it. Anything else happen? Not exciting.
Never a runner-up for your part.
Really?
Yeah, they don't
I stumbled into a bunch of random dudes in Staten Island. No, that's a joke. I also just auditioned, and auditioned, did a self-tape, did a chemistry read with Lauren, and then did a really wild screaming scene from my apartment and freaked out my neighbor. So, and now we're here.
You just said that and it like springs something in my memory. I also auditioned, and for my screaming scene, I'm like banging on my door, and and I'm in Brooklyn, and not one person asked if I was okay. Like, it was such a small apartment building, like if you sneeze, I could hear my neighbor 3 doors down. Nobody asked if I was okay, which makes me, I mean, I guess it's just so New York. But yeah, also just auditioned.
Okay, this one works. So I also just auditioned, and then Damien called me, and he was like, "We love you for the little pale girl, but there's a lot of work that's going to go into this, and are you sure you want to get yourself involved in this?" Because I had to wear like sclera contacts that cover my entire eye, and like tease my hair up, and the big old dentures and all the makeup. So I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but I said yeah, and I'm so glad I did because I love this experience and I love everyone in this cast.
I think we all are very glad that you got involved too, because you're fantastic.
So I want to ask everybody here, for Birthday Boy, one word to describe our captain. And that's what I'm going to say. He's the captain. We're going to start with Tam.
Am I captain?
One word.
Genius.
Relentless.
Phoenix.
What'd she say?
Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix! I thought she said something else.
Or penis. Both apply.
Brother.
fucked up.
Oh, you made the joke. I was gonna be like, asshole. Ooh, can I say something like Maverick?
I would say genuine. Like, you're such a genuine person. You're so real. I love that one.
So I think we can all agree that Terrifier is a very special film. Part one obviously spawned this massive following and broke records, right? For all of you, what do you guys think sets Terrifier apart from all other films?
The cool thing, and I've been in horror for like my entire life, the cool thing is that Damien, he risked it all. I mean, he took it cinematically, leaps and bounds where no one has ever, his confidence, and I think him being so grounded, and that's what jumped this just leaps and bounds and beyond. And my God, this is just, it's amazing. And thank you and love y'all again. I mean, and congrats to the fans, to Damien and David and everyone.
For me, I would have to say, I've worked on quite a few projects, but what I particularly admired was that Damien had a very, very clear vision. He had a very good, strong team with him, and those guys. And the reason I said relentless earlier is because we had to do a reshoot. Like some people don't even realize that we had a different kill scene even, and we reshot that months later because he had the vision of what would work and what would not, and I trusted that. And looking at that complete project, man, I was nothing but amazed. Thank you. Job well done, man.
You too, man.
I think we all just really get along almost too well. And if you've ever been in a work environment, you don't like someone, it kind of like, things go awry, but we really all get along.
You do?
And it just, it made everything so easy. Just so much fun. Really fun. Too much.
It comes off on screen.
Yeah, and I think so. And the chemistry's there, and like everyone's still in contact. There's like, we're all truly friends. Like we're so excited to see one another. So.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think there's a genuine sense of fun. I always try and have a fearlessness making these films where I want to push it places where maybe not a lot of films go. But I mean, seriously, I think I would say a big part of it is Art the Clown, and this guy right here, seriously, why it's so successful. And I think, Art as a villain, he's very striking, he looks very cool. He has an amazing sense of humor. People love laughing with this character. And like one moment, he's making you piss your pants, and you almost want to hang out with him. And then the next minute, he does something so despicable where you almost want to look away. And then a minute later, he'll bring you back and make you want to hang out with him again. So I think that's a cool roller coaster. And then I think most importantly, he walks the walk. And when it's time to kill people and have these amazing, we try these amazing set pieces, we get people talking. So yeah, I think there's a few boxes that we check, but yeah, we're always gonna try pushing it and keeping it fresh and exciting.
I would say passion. It's so much of this is made by people that love this genre, especially this guy here, and it's everybody that was involved in this put every little bit of everything they had into it. I mean, we were there for, the shoot for this film turned out to be a lot longer than any of us expected because of COVID especially, and we all shot in some pretty uncomfortable environments too because we were shooting in the winter, and that shows how much everybody was dedicated to this. Everybody knew what this movie could be, and everybody put their all into it, especially our wonderful female lead, Lauren Rivera. I mean, I can't say enough about what she went through for this and put into this, and it's because everybody had that kind of passion. We knew what this movie could be, and we knew that this could probably change the industry in some positive ways and get things back to having fun with horror movies and slashers and all that. And we were very excited about making this, and we had that passion for it, and I think it shows on screen.
I think there's something really special when an artist and a filmmaker is able to unapologetically create something that they truly, truly want to put out into the world without that being limited, without their artistic vision being limited. And I think that Terrifier is a really good example of that. Damien knew from the beginning he's had all these wild ideas about this character and this whole journey. And I think, like everyone else has said, that the group that he brought together to make this happen, he really, the universe just brought a lot of good people together that wanted to really make that vision happen for the vision Damien had. And I just think there's something really special about indie film and being able to do that. So I think Terrifier stands out for that.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think, like Damien was saying too, just the bravery, that absolute, I have no idea if this is going to be accepted or well received, and I'm just going to absolutely fly into the dark is amazing. I admire that so much about you. And also just like on a technical level, I think like the practicals, going back to that original style of horror, I think, everybody in this room obviously knows there's just such a love affair with that in the horror world. And Damien also, he writes, directs, he does all of the FX stuff. He captains our ship. He edited. He is just an absolute machine. Maybe I'll change my word. I like machine, but in a nice way. And then the characters are iconic too. Art the Clown obviously is phenomenal, like everyone was saying. Sienna is such a badass, cool character that I think we really needed. And it's coming in this fun time right now where we're just, this time in our life where people kind of need the fun. It's not exactly the fun time in the world, but we need a laugh and to have a good time, and also to be squeamish and not take life so seriously. And I think that this is one of the most fun films I've ever done. That's it.
Yep. I think what set this movie apart is the way that the cast bonded with each other. And when I came, I'm originally from North Carolina, so when I flew to New York, and it was my first time, I was nervous, I didn't really know what to expect. But the minute I walked in there, Damien was there for me, and David was there for me, and I wasn't really sure how to do all the facial expressions and become the little pale girl, but David really helped me and made sure I felt at home. And even here, this is my first convention, all the cast has just been there for me and been so sweet and made sure, I was good and everything. So I think it was just the bonding between the whole cast is what made this movie what it was.
I legitimately almost cried right now. She is adorable. She is adorable. We're going to take some questions in the crowd, but I'm going to do a real quick one here. We already know Dude and Damien's answer, but one movie. What's your favorite movie? Let's say non-horror. Favorite movie. We start at Tam. One movie.
This is so unfair. It's not a horror? Non-horror?
Yeah, non-horror.
Oh, dude.
That you're not a part of.
That I'm not. I'm gonna go with something big commercial. I'm gonna go with Top Gun or something. I don't know. That's so because I'm such
Give
a.
me one movie.
I'll
answer for her. Halloween 5, right? We'll go to horror.
If it was horror, I would go the original Halloween because I think I'm grateful that John Carpenter inspired filmmakers like Damien. That's the most badass thing ever, and Damien, you're killing it. You're slaying it. I am so freaking proud of you.
Thank you. Honored you're a part of this series.
Non-horror, it would be Coming to America.
True romance.
Yeah, true romance.
I'm a nerd. My favorite movie is Jean Dielman by Chantal Akerman. Does anyone know what that is? Awesome. I love that. One person knows. That's my favorite movie. She's my girl. I like her.
Good, good. The first Jurassic Park.
I like Mean Girls.
Doesn't even go here.
Okay, do we have any audience questions? Way in the back.
Hi there. I've been thinking of a Terrifier question, so I wanted to ask, since music is such an important part of the horror viewing experience, what type of music y'all like, or do you have any particular favorite artists or bands?
Yeah, I love Fleetwood Mac. That's my favorite band of all time.
Hard to believe, I like hip hop and R&B. So anybody, Jay-Z's, Eminem's, all of them.
I'm big into like, I'm a nerd, so I grew up with a lot of the oldies, so I love stuff from like 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Of course, Queen's one of my favorite bands, but I'm also a big, huge musical theater nerd. So like, I love musicals and also jazz and blues.
My favorite band, is that what we're really saying? I love, okay, I would say my two top favorite bands right now are Pink Floyd and National. I'm like kind of obsessed with the National right now. And yeah, classic rock, blues. I'm from Chicago, we love the blues. Yeah.
Nice. I have like a real answer and an answer I tell people. I mean, I will say, I love Led Zeppelin, so that's my fake answer.
Come spicy. Come spicy.
I really like Taylor Swift.
I love all types of like indie music, and I play a little on my electric guitar. One of my favorite bands is Arctic Monkeys.
I'm going to answer this one. Representing Damien's hometown, Staten Island, Wu-Tang forever! Wu-Tang Clan the house! Greatest of all time.
Any more questions? In the front here.
Okay, you guys keep talking about Captain, and I think that's a great analogy with you, because you made that first movie so dark, like John Carpenter Halloween-esque, and that was so brilliant. And then it was psychedelia in the second one, and you, golly, yeah, want to see her again. But thank you for not docking your ship and explaining to everybody why. It's just so much a breath of fresh air that we don't have to find out that somebody's his sister. These are all people he kills from the orphanage or whatever. And it was amazing. Not to say, you may go that direction, but thank you for not doing it in the second movie, for sure.
Question, right there.
So for, I know that unexpected things can happen on set, but was there anything that you couldn't expect, couldn't control, that happened, like a car going by, a plane going over, a random dog barking, anything like that?
A sub pump in the basement.
Yeah, oh my God. I forgot about that. I mean, endless, that happens all the time. That entire scene where Sienna goes in Jonathan's room and she sees that he still has the father's sketchbook. So there was like a sub pump in the basement of that house, and it would go on twice. They were like 2 separate timers. Like there was like a 10-minute window we had, and then there was like a 4-minute window we had. And that was a long scene. And when you do a scene, you go all the way through, and you have to do it over and over in every different angle. So they could never get through an entire take without it going on. So like they were getting so frustrated. And it was one of the biggest, dialogue scenes. It's an emotional scene, and everybody was just so miserable that day. So there's a lot of cutting I had to do, in the editing room to figure out, how to make it all work, piece it together. But there was a lot of happy accidents, blessings in disguise. I mean, Allie's death, for instance. For the first time, I wanted to hire another crew to come in to help me do the makeup because this was so remarkably ambitious. So I said, there's no way I could pull all this off. So I said, can we get, Phil, my producer, I said, we're gonna have to get another team to come in and do like 40% of the work or something. And we were talking to somebody, and sure enough, like a month or 2 before we started shooting, they pulled out of the project because they couldn't come to an agreement with the budget that we had, and now we were like really screwed and really far behind now. And I told Phil, I asked him, I said, what do we do? I said, do we postpone? He said, we can't keep postponing, we'll never finish this movie. He's like, let's just jump in and we'll figure it out. And that basically meant we had to just film up until a point, and if it was like an effects scene coming up, we had to just break. And him and I would go in his basement for a week, and we'd build all the effects coming up. But when we were shooting her scene the first time, we didn't have any of those effects ready, and I just remember, and knowing like that was supposed to be the scene that I wanted to rival the hacksaw scene. I remember on that day, just like being at the monitor and saying, this is nothing compared to the hacksaw scene. This is not gonna stand up in any way. Told everybody, I said, we're gonna have to come back and reshoot this or get inserts eventually. And then we got hit with COVID and we went into the lockdown, and I called up Phil and I called up Dave and I said, listen, I have all this time on my hands now. I'm gonna reconfigure this whole scene. I have all this time to build the effects now properly and have all these wonderful moments. And so I did. I took all the time. Me and Phil built everything you see in that scene, and then we went back for an additional 5 days and shot that entire murder scene, and she is like the legit MVP of Terrifier 2. Like, you have no idea what we put this poor girl through to deliver that scene. It was tough. It was a freezing cold barn, right, where we built that set. That whole room was a set because I knew we couldn't devastate somebody's actual bedroom that way. And it was so cold, so we had there was like a wood-burning stove in there, and then we had a space heater, but we could only keep it on in between takes because it would ruin the sound, and she's just covered head to toe in prosthetics and blood for hours, and she's literally getting stuck to the rug when she's crawling, and I'm following her with a spray bottle of water, just like loosening up, it was brutal, yeah. And a lot of work. You don't realize, but it could be one effect, could be an entire day, so just the scalping, it took 4 hours just to apply that, and then you go on set and you have to actually film it, and then before you know it, 8 hours went by, and that's all you got was that little piece of film that's in there for seconds. So it's a lot of work. Yeah, worth it.
Well, guys, we have one more question, so we're gonna have to get out of here soon. But first of all, I want to say thank you so much to Summer and all the hard work that she does for all the parents.
Thank you so much.
She invited me in. Thank you so much. She does a wonderful job. This is hard work. It really is. I mean, there's a lot of stress coming up with stuff, running around. But all the questions that I wrote, there was one I said I couldn't wait to ask it. I'm gonna let her ask it, but I was so excited. I'm dying to know the answer from everybody. So I'm gonna let her end this, and I'm gonna video this because I'm really excited. So.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Selfie Guy. And again, thank you to Selfie Guy for being my partner in crime on this because it was so much fun.
Fuck yeah, girl!
Fuck yeah. Okay, I mean, fuck yeah. Okay, so this is his question, right? For everybody, who was your biggest inspiration growing up? Okay, starting with Amelie.
Well, I mean, I'm still growing up.
This is a fact. Who's your biggest inspiration 5 years ago?
I guess my mom.
Yes.
I mean, I know a lot of people say that, but even in all the conditions and flying up and down, she was always there for me, and anytime I needed anything, she would always be there. And making sure I'm okay and stuff. So I would say my mom.
Yeah, great answer.
Second time I'm gonna cry.
Oh, your fault.
Yeah, that's. I was also gonna say my mom.
Say your mom. Say your mom. There's no right
they're
answer.
different moms. I guess
Yeah,
they're different.
they're not the same. Say your mom.
All right, my mom.
Now I feel like I should say my
Don't
mom.
say her. It's not about 3 times.
I love her a lot. But honestly, my biggest inspiration growing up was Harriet M. Welch from Harriet the Spy. I'm not even kidding. I watched that movie, I think I was like 5, and like fell in love with her, was obsessed with her, made my friend watch it like 5 times in a row at my house, and she's like, can we do something else? But she was like this badass, little like young girl going around, wanted to be a writer, and honestly, she is why I started writing and writing scripts and like performing them, and just I don't know. She really is why I started writing in the first place.
Since I don't want to cry on camera, I mean, I will say my mom as that, but as an actor, because that's a long story there in itself. But yeah, I don't want to just lose my crap on camera. But as an actor's standpoint, I would say 2 of my biggest ones would have been Robin Williams, who was inspirations when it came to comedy. Doug Jones, especially for his physicality. I've always kind of loved his. And I'll also say third, okay, it would be my my dear departed friend, Stephen Carl. So yeah. I don't want to get emotional now.
Damn it, David. Fourth time I'm gonna cry.
I have 2, and I will also say my mother, and that's the truth. I realized doing these interviews, right? I talk about my mother so much, I'm like, Jesus, I sound like fucking Norman Bates or something. So she really did play a really pivotal role in, my love for horror and everything. But in terms of my career and everything, it really, and I say this all the time, it's Tom Savini, special makeup effects artist, is my ultimate hero, still my hero. And when I discovered the VHS tape Screen Greats when I was like 7 years old, and I saw him creating the monsters for the first time that I grew up loving, I was just blown away. That was a big light bulb moment. So my love for practical effects led into my love for filmmaking in general. So definitely Savini.
Honest answer, Kermit the Frog. Explanation, I was obsessed with the Muppets as a child, and Jim Henson was my hero, and my dream job is to be on Sesame Street, so we all know anybody, I'm here. Yeah, the Muppets, Fraggle Rock, Sesame Street, it's like the posters on my wall as a child were intense, but yeah, that's it.
Who knew? As for me, my biggest growing up, life-wise, would be my godfather. He was a very influential, nice guy that just radiated positive energy, so I just kind of absorbed that, and I try to carry myself the same way. Performance-wise, it would hands down be Martin Lawrence. I remember all through school, all the same mannerisms, and speech-wise, it was just, damn boy, you want to be Martin? Pretty much.
So when I moved to California, my mom was a housewife. She didn't work. She had never worked a day in her life. And so I went in for an audition, and she knew that she needed a job. She couldn't type, she couldn't do anything. So she ended up being the executive assistant to Michael Mann, which was the executive producer of Miami Vice and all of that stuff. And I always had so much admiration for her as just a woman who went from, she couldn't type to being this executive assistant. So that goes to show you set your mind to do anything, it can certainly be done. And may she rest in peace.
I
I know everybody wants selfie guy's answer. I'm gonna say first off, because I just lost my dad, my father in heaven who's watching me right now. I love you, Dad. My mother, but my inspiration, most random thing ever growing up in upstate New York, Mike Tyson is my idol. Yeah! Random. I'm gonna give it back to Summer and we're gonna get a selfie.
Okay, that's all the time we have, but of course we have the Selfie King here, so we need to do what we did with them and take a group selfie with the audience members. Stand up, wave your hands, tag yourself in the photo, and then don't go anywhere, because when we're done, we're going to bring up our part one girls, sorry, and we're going to do it again with everyone. Sound good?
Recording. I know. Here we go. Oh, all right, better. Here we go. Everybody. Guys, thank you for coming out. Give one last hand to Terrifier 2 cast. Everyone's going to be here for, I think, a few more hours, so go see everybody at the tables. Thank you guys for coming out. Terrifier fans are the best.